Good morning. My name is Justin. This is my non-technical brief for my project. It is a proof of concept for organizations, more poorly religious organizations, looking to embark on using technology to reach people curious about their philosophies. In addition, this is to provide such organizations information about setting up servers, as well as general ideas and use for said systems and networks. For some people, they'll be asking the question of why would a religious organization be interested in this? The first one is that increasingly technology is being used by various organizations as a means to reach people. Whether it is with just their general information, like, hey, this is us, that at such a location, the hours that the organization is open, who's in charge of it, what's the denominations, what the religious practice and all. That's like the general informational. To those that are embarking on using actual sermons and videos and everything, putting down music. This is where it becomes even more critical for them to have it be a know their source, know who's working with them. Oftentimes, a lot of places are using their own cloud-based servers and all, and server uses, which isn't bad, but it's one of those situations where increasingly over the last few years, especially in last year, you had Article 13 from the European Union, which holds various platforms as accountable for the content that's on there. Okay, they're no longer letting, for example, YouTube, which had the defense of they are not content creators, therefore they're not responsible for what's put on their system. They're just a platform. Okay, if you have a problem with what's on there, you go to the person that created it, not them. Unfortunately, with Article 13, that's not happening. Likewise, in the case of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, there has been backlash, especially on the conservative side, which normally comprises of religious organizations, unless there are certain other groups, minorities for that matter. So it becomes increasingly where said servers can be useful for people to get into it. Not to mention, it's a deal for if you're a company that specializes in servers and all, and you might be having, say, you might having a lean time coming up, and you might want to get some more people that are interested in the servers, make employment opportunities out available for people. That can be used as well too. Now, for a church organization, religious organization, there's a couple reasons why. The first one is control. Okay, relying on cloud-based computers is good as a temporary service, and it can be a good permanent one, as long as you're able to maintain some semblance of control of it. However, that is you're relying on an outside group. You're also relying on the said outside group for their security. So if they get breached and it winds up being a total hackers are able to go in and just mess with everything, tear down your system all, and worse, delete your information all, that can be a major issue. Second reason could be that they're looking for expansion. Okay, this is for people that are churches that are a little more modern. They're looking for like, hey, what can we offer to the local community, especially if said community is is elderly people. People that are older may not into technology as much as they would be under as young. Therefore, this is an opportunity for churches to get involved in that. This allows also research on their end too. This allows uh, gives opportunities for people to be able to interact with other religious organizations that are also on the internet and on the web. Uh, the next reason can be used as local logistics too. Increasingly, more people are using the computers to house tax records, donation records, uh, but scheduling uh, various council meetings as well too, agenda and other critical items, events that are coming up too. That can be a major deal right there. Normally, you can use it one computer, and that's great. Except if you have one computer and three or four people need to use it, then it becomes a situation where okay, gain additional computers. Then a server can turn around and allow people to turn around and access that same information. With using a two, say for example, with the proof of concept I'm working on, it requires, it calls for two servers, two computers, and a switch. with the two servers and all, you have one that is a web server and is the basically gate to your organization. It's going to house the web page and all. That's going to be housing a lot of the information that is going to be you want to have be available for people to access, but not change. With the secondary server, that's more of a storage server. That's more for having your notes on, important videos as well too. That's where you can have it as a part of your backup system. That's also going to be used as just this is for your email. That's increasingly being one too. While Gmail is good, again you're relying on outside use, which right now it's not a major issue. However, there have been issues where Twitter, Google, and Facebook, and among others, have been causing significant trouble for conservative groups. Now, for a company that is, into servers and all, makes networks, makes computers and all, there's roughly three big reasons why you should consider religious organizations as a good customer. First and foremost, they are groups of people. And generally speaking, if it's a young church that has multiple families, they might be looking at, okay, what kind of career do they want for their kids? Because increasingly, and this is unfortunate, a lot of schools are calling for computers to be in the homes. So therefore, that's where it becomes important to having access to a ready-made customer base right there. Second one is tax purposes. Okay, while you can easily say that, okay, for the computer, while you can sell a system to a church or a religious organization at full price, there's also the incentive to make it where you sell the parts at base cost, and if you have people that actually go to the church as well too, they can try and volunteer those hours. That can help you out in the taxes later on. This way, it'll help your tax burden as well too, generate some goodwill. And then the last one is really a employment deal. Because it's manned by the church, and because you'll be looking at dealing with the church goers as well too, you might be also looking at kids and teens who are interested in computers. And if they are interested in computers and all, and they're able to, and whoever you have as running the admin for that, for a church organization, they can turn around and say, okay, bring this person as a secondary tech, as a secondary technician. And for a company and all, they can turn around and say, oh, this kid knows our tech here, let's help them out. Let's see how well they do. Oh, they got an associate's degree in technology, information assurance, IT. Okay, let's bring on board, train them up to your standards. This is important as well too, because now you're looking at adding more experience. This is also generating goodwill too. So at the end of the day, for a proof of concept, places looking to generate service. And actually another reason why, on top of the other two, for religious organizations, consider this: servers are becoming cheaper. Granted, it still can be expensive. All the current for this project, we're going with the concept of about $10,000, a little under $10,000 for the equipment. But that's also considering 40 hours of tech support as well too, personnel. So that can easily drop down lower if someone is willing to volunteer those hours. That can be helpful as well too. Now, at the end of the day, it really depends on the religious organization's needs. However, if they find that they're getting more onto the internet, if they're finding that they're paying a lot more money for server rent, and they realize that for a one-time fee of $10,000, they have their own server. Yeah, it will increase it. They're gonna have to find a location to put it. They're gonna have to figure out how to make sure it's well ventilated, air conditioned. Then they're gonna also have to make sure that it's well powered. So there's a lot that could go wrong, but you also have the advantage of, hey, it's your system. Now, for certain people, certain organizations are not going to care for it. They're going to go with their own system. That's great. But this is for those that are thinking that, we're spending a lot of money on servers. we're noticing that there's a lot more laws that are going against conservative speech under the so-called hate speech, which that's politics right there. And at the end of the day, this is what becomes even more important and critical that we adjust our expectations. Thank you. This is my non-technical brief. Hopefully you all have a good day, and thank you for listening. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.